When children are anxious, it can be difficult for them to articulate exactly what's happening. Pathstone Mental Health has the tools to help caregivers in this journey, and joining me is Director of Quality Assurance, Erin Clayton. Erin, can you please tell our viewers about the Very Hungry Worry Monster campaign?
I'm happy to tell your viewers about the Very Hungry Worry Monster campaign. We're very excited because we did this campaign in 2021. And we brought it back because it was such an overwhelming success. And it's really exciting because it's a fun, fuzzy creature that helps kids connect with their feelings. And this year we're more excited to add a second instrument, which is a book. And why this is critical is, of course, in 2021 we saw our children struggling with anxiety, lots of emotions, because we were in the middle of a pandemic. That hasn't really changed, but foundationally, emotions are the crux of the work that we do, right? So we are always, as clinicians, parents, caregivers, helpers, trying to get kids to tell us how they feel. Where do they feel that? What word is that? And so the Very Hungry Worry Monster, we feel like, is this fun, interactive guy that helps kids normalize how they're feeling. And that is just foundational to our work. So, here we have a book, and often we're saying to our kids and families, like, how do you feel? What does that make you want to do? And in this book, they're labeled. And it's also normalizing the spectrum of feelings, right? Because we're not just feeling afraid, we're not just feeling worried, we're feeling all kinds of things. Maybe right now I'm sitting here, I might be feeling a little bit anxious or nervous. What am I going to do with that? And, kids benefit from tangibles, tools, things that can help them to really articulate what it is that they might not have the word or the experience for.
What are some telltale signs that your child or children can be anxious?
It can be not sleeping, not eating, asking a lot of questions, biting their nails, pulling their hair, fidgeting. Everybody's different, so there's not just one thing. And often parents or caregivers will say that, well, how will I know? You will know. Tune in. So, we've talked a lot about awareness and being aware and mindful, but looking at a change in behavior, looking at what kids are saying, often they'll say it. They'll say, I don't understand. I'm not sure what's going to happen, what's coming next. And sometimes our back end of that is to promote for caregivers, well, what do you do? Because kids don't come with a manual. And, I spent a lot of years training to be a therapist. Parents don't. So, we're trying to kind of bridge that gap, to give kids the tools to identify what they're thinking, feeling, what does that look like, what do I do with that? And for caregivers, what could I ask? What could I look for? What do I say? And we feel like these tools bridge that. And they also just continue that conversation that people will feel anxious, people will feel frightened, people will feel excited, but that doesn't mean that we have to feel badly, that we can do something with it. And what do we do? So it's not only identifying the feeling, articulating it, but also giving a strategy and opening that conversation. That's what human beings are made up of. We're a ball of feelings.
Now, Pathstone is running a campaign to raise money to purchase how many of these?
We're hoping 200. Wow. So we would really, really love for the community to embrace this campaign as they did before, so that we could put a Worry Monster book or a Worry Monster in the hands of 200 children. And we just think that that's phenomenal. So we're hoping that people will go to our website, our social media, learn about the product, learn about the books. We have some testimonials up there of kids who've used them, parents who have used them, so you can see if that's something interested. But we're really hoping that we can meet that goal. We think that would make a huge impact on the lives of children in Niagara.
Is there an age range that this Very Hungry Worry Monster is good for? Because to be honest with you, I could probably use it.
I don't think so. I think, definitely they're targeted for 12 or under, but, they're infectious. So we see kids in our service and they see them around the building, and we're not saying that, no, you can't have it because you're 13 or 14. Whomever's going to connect with it can connect with it. The thing about it is that connection is where you really start. So while it might be recommended, it's suggested. Right. I think it's a baseline guideline.
And there's also a book included with this as well, right?
In the Worry Monster itself, you get the stuffy, which is great because it's a tangible, kids can hold, they can squeeze, the mouth sits open where you can put the feeling, save it for later, they can eat it up, all those things. But there's a book about the Very Hungry Worry Monster in that box. This book is slightly different, same character, but it talks and elaborates a little bit more just about the feelings experience. And then it's interactive, fun, so it gives kids the opportunity to explore different feelings through the book.
And what do the staff at Pathstone think of this?
They love it. We have to make sure that it's equitable when they're giving them out, and they're so thrilled when the community responds and we have them on hand, because there's so much need, and it's such a productive way to give people a way to take therapy out of therapy, to bring it home, to bring it to school, to bring it to places, and really, transition that way. Because sometimes that's part of our challenge, is how do we bring what we're learning in session outward so that kids can be successful in their day-to-day lives.
Well, how can our viewers help Pathstone out and donate so that you can purchase the Very Hungry Worry Monsters?
We would love people to go to our website, pathstonementalhealth.ca, go to our social medias. There's a link there, pop up as soon as you go there. Follow that link, and it will take you to the site where you can scan a QR code or click a link and to donate.
Excellent. And I know, Erin, you're going to come back next month. Give us a little preview of that.
Next month's Project Plaid. So November, we wear plaid, and we wear plaid in memory of Amelia DeRoche, looking at suicide awareness and prevention. So we want to call on our Niagara community to get on board, wear plaid, show support to reduce stigma and support mental health, mental wellness.
We look forward to that. Erin, thanks for joining us again.
Thank you so much.